I said don't eat something if you don't know what it is.
Oh, gather in the mushrooms, put them in a pot, pop them in the oven and serve them piping hot.
Early November, the end of mushroom season. I couldn't believe what I saw. There in an open field was this giant beauty. I had to put it in my car to get it home. It was larger and weighed more than my cat. Even my son, who's a fun guy, had trouble holding it steady.
It's getting heavy.
I gave much of it away to friends, then preserved the rest. My fortunate discovery? A Maitake mushroom. Autumn is the best time to gather many desirable mushrooms, when September's showers encourage the growth of several fungal delights. For me, the one that stands out above all the rest is Maitake. It's a choice edible and truly a work of art. No two are alike. They come in many sizes and colors. Its frilly parts could be ruffles of a flamenco dancer's skirt. Because its resemblance to the tail feathers of a chicken, it's also called hen of the woods. It has a reputation of being a powerful medicinal, so several supplements include it in their ingredients. Usually I'm not so lucky as I was on that November afternoon. Most Maitakes I harvest aren't as huge. I often pick them when they're small, because other shroomers are looking for them too. Sometimes I cover them with leaves until they get bigger and hope no one else finds them. Before I go any further, I must stress how vitally important it is to make sure what you collect is properly identified. If there's any doubt, consult a mushroom guide or mycologist. For those who take MAO inhibitor medications, avoid Maitakes and other polypores. They contain the compound tyramine, which may trigger migraine headaches. When setting out to collect mushrooms, some people use big baskets. I don't, because it might draw the attention of other shroom hunters. If my patch isn't too deep in the woods, I take my bicycle. Then I can place several paper bags in its basket. Wax paper bags are also a possibility, although most are too small for larger specimens. I suppose you could use sheets of it to wrap up your finds. Never use plastic bags. Moisture and heat gets trapped inside, which makes mushrooms soggy and prone to rot. Maitakes are usually found at the base of deciduous trees, especially oaks. These soft polypores have numerous overlapping caps and white, meaty flesh. Their undersides have fine pores which are somewhat difficult to see. Even though they're more common than some other mushrooms, they're easy to miss because they blend in so well with tree barks and fallen leaves. That's why I methodically circle around a tree to check if more mushrooms are growing there. When harvesting Maitakes, cut them off above ground level. Leave small portions of their bases in the ground to avoid disturbing their underground mycelia. These white filaments increase the chance mushrooms will reappear in the same spot next year. Remove excess soil off in the field before bringing them home. I use a small knife to scratch off any debris. Cut off any bad spots. Let them sit outside for an hour so they can absorb vitamin D from the sun and to allow insects to crawl out. Don't eat older specimens because they're too tough. Even though I have a deep sink for washing, my November specimen was so large I first used a garden hose to get rid of most of the embedded soil. I made sure to turn the mushroom over to clean its dirty underside as well. I brought the mushroom inside and put it in my sink for one more rinsing. Then I broke off small pieces and cleaned them individually. If I have lots of mushrooms, I make tinctures, dry some to reconstitute later, or dry and then powder them. Since it's often chilly outside when I gather maitakes, I put them on parchment paper on my radiator, which helps them dry faster. Peel off pieces into smaller sections. They dry quicker than if left in big chunks. Those of you who have dehydrators can use them, or an oven set on low. Once dried, pieces are lightweight, shriveled, and snapped without bending. Put the dehydrated slices into an airtight glass jar. Store them up to a year in a cool, dark place so light won't fade them and leach out their vitamins and minerals. To rehydrate dried mushroom pieces, cover them with hot water for 20 minutes until they become soft and are easily cut with a knife. They won't be their original size. Discard leftover liquid or reheat and use as a medicinal tea. To make powdered maitakes, place dried pieces in a grinder, pulverize them, and store in a dark bottle. Freezing raw pieces is also an option, although my freezer is usually full of summer's bounty. But my favorite way is to cook up as many fresh ones as possible. To prepare them, tear pieces vertically. They are somewhat fibrous. This is easy to do. These strands are set to go. I pan-fried them in butter with garlic, a few veggies, and a pinch of salt. Yum! If you live in the northeastern United States, most likely you'll be able to find at least one maitake mushroom. Look and look and look, and you may discover your own.
Oh, gather in the mushrooms, put them in a pot, pop them in the oven, and